Let me tell you about the highest paying trade jobs that nobody's talking about. We're talking 80 to 150,000 a year, and here's what will piss you off. While everybody's out here chasing college degrees and drowning in student loan debt, right? These opportunities are just sitting there. I'm not talking about your typical electrician or plumber gigs, right? Though, don't get me wrong, those can print money too. I'm talking about specialized trades that are desperate for workers right now. And companies are throwing cash at anybody willing to show up and learn. We're in the middle of a skilled labor crisis in this country right now. Baby boomers are retiring by the thousands every single day, and nobody's replacing them. That means opportunity. But before we dive in, let me tell you something. The most valuable skill you can develop isn't learning how to do the service. It's learning how to generate customers for businesses. That's what I teach in my digital leasing business model, and the free training is down in the description below. I'm making over $41,000 a month with this, and thousands of my students are using it to create financial freedom for themselves. Some at $2,000 a month, some at $6,000 a month, some scaling way past that. The training is completely free, and the link is in the description. These 5 trade jobs I'm about to break down are legit and the money is real. And whether you're thinking about jumping into a trade yourself or you just want to understand where the serious money is in skilled labor, guys, you need to know what most people are missing. So let me walk you through the top 5. Trade number 5, elevator mechanic. Most people don't even think about elevators until they're stuck in one, right? But here's the thing. Every single high-rise building, every hospital, shopping mall, and apartment complex has elevators. All those elevators need maintenance, right? Repairs, they need inspections. The average elevator mechanic makes $90,000 to $100,000 a year, and if you're at the top of your game, you're pulling in $120,000 to $130,000 a year. And here's the best part. You get trained through an apprenticeship program. You get paid while you learn. And once you're certified, you're in demand everywhere that you go. But think about it for a second. Elevator breaks down. They need routine maintenance, right? And they constantly need upgrades. And somebody's got to do it. And that somebody is getting paid well just to show up. It's not glamorous work, but it's consistent. It's high-paying work that never goes away. Trade number 4, power line technician. This one's wild, right? Power line technicians, the people who install and repair electrical power lines, make between $75,000 to $110,000 a year. And in states like California or New York, they're making $120,000 to $130,000 a year. And here's why that number is so high. The electrical grid is aging, right? And power lines need constant maintenance. So storms knock out power lines all the time, and somebody has to go out there and fix it. That somebody is a power line tech, right? Now, is it dangerous? Well, hell yeah, right? You're working with high voltage electricity and climbing poles 40 feet in the fucking air. But that's exactly why it pays what it pays. Most people won't do it, right? Which means the people who will get paid a premium to get up there. You get trained through an apprenticeship, right? And utility companies will hire you straight out of the program. It's hard work and it's risky work, but it's also stable. It's high-paying work that's always in demand. Trade number 3, aircraft mechanic. Let me ask you something. You ever think about who keeps all those planes in the air? Planes don't fix themselves, right? And every single commercial airline, cargo company, private jet service needs mechanics to keep their fleet up in the air, right? The average aircraft mechanic, guys, makes $65,000 to $75,000 a year. But experienced mechanics working for major airlines, right? They're making $90,000 to $110,000. And if you specialize in avionics, the electrical systems, right, and the instruments on the planes, then you can make even more than that. Now, here's the reality. You do need FAA certification, right? Which takes about 18 to 24 months of training. But once you're certified, you're in demand. Airlines aren't going anywhere. Cargo companies like FedEx and UPS need mechanics. And private aviation, it's absolutely booming right now. And somebody has to keep those planes in the air, and they're willing to pay you for it. It's technical work for sure that requires precision, but it's stable. It's high-paying work that will never disappear. Trade number 2, underwater welder. Now, this one's not for everybody, but hear me out for a second. Underwater welders make between 50 and 80,000 a year on average, but commercial divers who do underwater welding for like oil rigs, pipelines, and ships, guys, they're making 100 to 200,000 a year. Some are even pulling in $300,000 a year on specialized contracts. Want to know why though? Well, because it's one of the most dangerous jobs in the world right now, and very few people can actually do it, right? You need welding skills, you need diving certifications, and you need to be comfortable working in high pressure, high risk environments. But if you can handle all of that, then the money is unreal. Oil companies, guys, like shipping companies, construction firms, they need underwater welders, and they're going to pay top dollar for somebody who's trained and reliable for them. So it's not a job that you can do forever, for sure, right? Most underwater welders transition into other roles after 10 or 15 years because the toll on your body just kind of adds up. But if you're young, right? If you're hungry and you're willing to grind it out, you can make some serious money in the short amount of time, right? Trade number one, nuclear technicians. The people who operate and maintain nuclear power plants make between $80,000 to $100,000 a year. And if you're a senior technician or an operator here, you're looking at $120,000 to $180,000 a year. But get this, you don't need a 4-year degree for this, okay? Most nuclear plants will train you through their own programs, or you can go through a 2-year associate's degree program in nuclear technology, right? Once you're certified and you're trained, then you're golden. Nuclear power, guys, isn't going anywhere, okay? In fact, it's actually expanding right now as the country looks for cleaner energy sources. These plants need skilled workers, and they're willing to pay top dollar for people who can handle that responsibility. It's serious work, though, because you're dealing with nuclear reactors, right? Radiation. So safety is everything in this field. But if you can handle the training and the pressure, you're looking at a 6-figure career without traditional 4-year university degrees, right? Now, let me tell you why most people never even consider these trades at all. It all comes down to stigma, right? Society has sold us this lie that if you don't go to college, then you're settling, right? That trade work is somehow beneath white-collar jobs, or that you'll never make real money without a degree. And that's complete bullshit. I grew up in a blue-collar family. I know what hard work looks like. I've shoveled horse manure. I've poured concrete. I've mowed lawns. All of it, guys. All the work people think is beneath them. Blue-collar workers built this country, and they're still building it today. A plumber making $60,000 a year versus a project manager making $70,000 a year? Well, the plumber went through a shorter, more affordable training program and started earning sooner, while the project manager spent 4 years and tens of thousands of dollars before they even entered the workforce. They're both making similar money, but one person got a head start and didn't rack up 6 figures in student loan debt. And here's the other thing that stops people. They think it's too hard. And yeah, these jobs require real work. They require training, and they require showing up every day ready to perform. But so does every other career worth having, right? The question isn't whether it's hard. The question is whether it's worth it. And if you're making $100,000 to $150,000 a year doing skilled work that will always be in demand, then yeah, it's worth it. Let me save you some time and headache here, though. Here are the top mistakes people make when they're thinking about getting into a trade. Mistake number 1, waiting too long to start, right? The best time to start was 5 years ago, but the second best time is right now. These apprenticeships and training programs are available today, but they won't wait for you. If you're thinking about it, go apply right now. Mistake number 2, thinking you need to know everything first, because you don't. That's what training and apprenticeships is for, right? You show up, you learn, you get better, and the crazy part is you get paid while you're doing it. So don't overthink it. Just start. Mistake number 3, not vetting the training programs. Not all apprenticeships and training programs are created equal, okay? Some will fast track you into real work and certifications, while others will drag you along with outdated curriculum and weak-ass job placements. Do your homework on this. Talk to people who've gone through the program. Check reviews and make sure the certification you're getting actually holds weight in your industry. Don't waste 2 years on training that won't open doors for you. Mistake number 4, underestimating the physical toll. These jobs pay well, but they also demand a lot from your body. You're climbing 40-foot poles, right? Working underwater in dangerous conditions, operating heavy machinery, and dealing with extreme weather. If you're not taking care of yourself physically, you won't last. Stay in shape, right? Stretch daily, get your sleep, and eat right. Your body is your biggest asset in these careers, so treat it like one. Mistake number 5, treating trades like a fallback plan. Trades aren't a backup, right? They're a strategy, guys. If you treat it like a fallback, you'll show up half-hearted and you'll get half-ass results. But if you go all in, if you commit to mastering the skill, you'll build a career that pays well, stays in demand, and gives you some real security. So let me show you how this actually turns into real wealth, because you're not just trading hours for dollars, right? You're building equity in yourself. You start as an apprenticeship, right? Where you're getting paid to learn the trades. Then you become a journeyman, earning solid money while you rack up experience. Then you become a master technician or a specialist, and now you're making top-tier money. But here's where it gets even better. Once you've mastered the trades, you can start your own business. You can hire your own apprentices, right? Start taking on bigger contracts and scale your whole operation. That's how a power line tech making $100,000 a year turns into a contractor running a crew making over $500,000 a year. That's how an aircraft mechanic, guys, becomes a shop owner, right? That's how an elevator mechanic starts their own service company. The trade is the foundation, but entrepreneurship, that's the ceiling. And once you understand that, you realize these trades aren't just jobs, they're pathways to real wealth. Let me leave you with some data that it's going to make you think twice about ignoring all these trades. The BLS projects that by 2030, there's going to be over 700,000 open positions in these skilled trades. That's not because demand is shrinking, it's because supply is. Baby boomers are retiring. Younger generations aren't replacing them fast enough, and companies are desperate for workers. Here's another one for you. The average trade worker graduates with significantly less debt than a 4-year college graduate. The average college graduate has $30,000 to $40,000 in student loan debt. And here's the part that's going to blow your mind. The median income for somebody with a bachelor's degree is around $65,000 a year. The median income for a skilled tradesperson in one of these specialized fields is making $80,000 to $120,000. Same work ethic, different path, better outcome. Let me be real with you about trades. They work, the money is there, and the demand is real. But if you're trading hours for dollars, you're sacrificing your body, and in some of these trades, you're putting yourself in real danger every single day. You can make great money and build a solid life, but at some point, you're capped, both by how many hours you can work and how long your body can actually hold up. But I learned something over the years, guys. The real power isn't in working harder. It's in owning assets that work for you. When you generate customers for small business owners, you own the income stream and you set the terms. You're not trading your time for money anymore. You're building equity. That's the model I teach in my free training. You rank websites for local businesses and you lease those sites for $500 to $2,000 a month. You own the asset and the business pays you monthly to access those leads. No bosses, right? No physical toll. No cap on how much money you can earn. Some of my students are making $2,000 to $6,000 a month. Some are scaling even past that. The training is completely free and the link is down in the description below. Trades can work and they're a solid path. But if you want to own your own income, if you want to build something that scales without trading more hours or breaking down your body, then digital leasing is the move. Let's go build something that lasts.